Are you serious?
So there's plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you. Would you find ourselves? Would you find ourselves for killing some time with us? He's Funk Butcher.
He's Marcus Bronzy.
Hey. And we specialize in killing time. We like to talk about different ways to kill time as well, which is quite meta. We kill time, finding out different ways to kill time so that you can kill hours. All right. Now, we've had Alexa on the show before. She is Amazon's helper. iPhone has Siri. Amazon has Alexa.
Amazon's bitch.
Yeah, that's it. There's the Corona. What's that Corona one? Cortana. There's Cortana as well.
Yeah.
And there's Google as well. Now, so
Google didn't call their one a female, did they?
hey Google. Hey Google. What's Google's one called?
Google Assistant.
Google Assistant. That's it. So Amazon Alexa's, we've had the Echo on the show, and it's always connected, ready and fast. Just ask. That's the saying. So it's got usually on and can hear all the time. Now, Amazon are very clever. They've managed to squeeze Alexa into the iPhone. Now, the way they've done it is via the free Amazon app, which you can buy stuff with. Now, there's already an Alexa app, which you can use to control all the extra bits on your tap or your Echo or whatever. But they've actually managed, and they're going to be slowly releasing the Alexa star responses via the Amazon app. So if you have the Amazon app that you can buy stuff off on your phone, you can start using Alexa. Now, Alexa's a little bit cleverer than Siri, or should we say they've kind of given it responses that I feel are a bit more human-like. Or you can throw more silly stuff at it. Like, Alexa, how much does the sun weigh in teaspoons? And it will tell you. Like, we had it on a previous show. In fact, if you want to hear all about that, we'll put a link in the show description to the previous show where we spoke about Alexa, and you can find that as well. So they're now putting Alexa into the iPhone, technically, in the app. Do you think this is going to stop people Siriing?
Possibly. Because
or
when
do you just like, you look a bit like, I'm telling you this, and you're like,
no,
whatever.
I mean, because obviously it's always cheeky when they kind of use a pre-existing platform and kind of push their own agenda through it, because their own phone has not taken off. So they kind of use, the success of the iPhone. I always find it cheeky. Even when I look at the whole Google Maps thing, more people use Google Maps on the iPhone than they do on the new Google phone. Yeah. And that's very cheeky, because I don't really know many people that use the Apple Maps application.
I don't know anyone that uses
Billy does.
Oh, Billy does. Oh, what a surprise. That's why he's always late.
The 1%.
Oh, yeah? Where's Bill? Oh, I use my maps.
Where's Billy? Where's Wally?
Yeah. I think Billy would use Apple Maps on a Android phone if he could. He's diehard. He's that kind of guy.
He would be able to.
He would find Apple Maps on a Nokia 3310.
Billy is the only person who can use Apple Maps on a Nokia. Yeah.
He would. He would use Apple Maps on a Nintendo Switch. He's that guy. He's down for the cause. So Alexa have tried. Amazon have shoehorned Alexa into the iPhone. Yeah, I mean, a clever little move.
Yeah.
Does this? You know what? I was really excited about it while I was telling you about it, but now I'm just kind of like,
I'm always just dubious about how much Siri is actually used. I mean, I don't really use it.
Yeah.
So, because I'm always kind of like, well, you just type in your responses, your questions. You have to be super duper busy to kind of like ask these random questions to Siri. But I guess if you are getting a bit more of a kind of human response, but why would you want a human response? Wouldn't you just want the correct answer? I mean, why do people want a human response to a question?
I think what I meant to say was it's more of a human input. So, for example, I could say to Alexa, can you put Alexa, play How to Kill an Hour podcast.
Yeah.
I'll open the right app and play it for you. Whereas in my iPhone, I could do that, but it'll be open podcast app. Or if I don't have Apple Music on my phone, because I'm a Spotify premium user, and I ask it to play Kanye West, it won't open Spotify to play Kanye West.
Okay.
With my phone at the moment with Siri, I wouldn't say it's as easy. I know there's smart home capability with your iPhone. It's not as easy for me to hook up and have like my lighting change as I can with Alexa. Yes, my iPhone can pick me up from across the room, but Alexa's got a special microphone.
Okay.
Like, Alexa, put this on my shopping list. put this in my diary, order me this from Amazon. It can do so much more. So for drivers, especially in the UK, because they've made driving whilst using your phone something that was illegal already, but now it's you can tell that they've given police incentive to catch you. It's like 6 points you get.
It's 6 points and £200 fine.
£200. That's from £30. It's from a slap on the wrist, 30 quid to £200. And if you've done anything in the past that gives you any points, you can lose your license.
And if it's within a year of kind of passing your driver, how long have you had your driver license for?
6 years.
Okay,
6 years.
yeah. So if you're
6 years, Billy's had it for,
So if you've had your driver license for a year and you get those points, it's automatic ban.
There you go. So stuff like that. And I think if you have a Siri button in your car now, which more cars have, you press a button and go, Siri, text Funk Butcher. What would you want me to say? Yo, what's really good? Okay.
And what would Alexa do in that situation?
And Alexa can do, with Alexa, I feel like I can do slightly cleverer things like, I use, if that, then this. There's a setup which you can use where you can do stuff like, I just feel with Alexa, there's more of a connection to the shopping side of things, as well as being able to use many apps. I feel like Apple wants you to stay in the Apple universe, whereas Alexa, I feel like it's open to use other things.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. I feel like when we look at Alexa and Siri obviously has an agenda because it doesn't want to kind of like funnel people to kind of other applications, I guess. So in that respect, it would probably appear a lot more restrictive and limited than its competitors. But I guess if it has been designed in that way to kind of don't send people to Spotify, send it to iTunes, send it to Apple Music kind of thing. Keep it in-house. It is going to seem more limited when you know that Alexa is already operating in the third-party realm, so it's not losing out by kind of sending you to that place or that place or that place. So I'm just battling the corner a little bit for Siri.
No, you know what? The more I think about it, and this is another thing, the fact that you've got to open the app and then click Alexa, it's 2 clicks. When you can just hold down your home button and get Siri.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And with the whole coming back to the whole driving thing, you're not actually supposed to kind of touch your phone at any point in time when you start your car. So
but if you have a Siri button on your steering wheel,
so the Siri button, but that's what I'm trying to say. The Alexa button, you would actually need to touch your phone to actually. So you'd have to pull over to.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that.
You have to pull over to touch up Alexa.
So housing's really important in London. I don't know where you are in the world. I'd really love to know what it's like, but housing at the moment in London is a situation where there are loads of people and not much space. Like, 100 grand in London in a right area town will get you a garage.
I think we're going to be
living. Not even joking.
We're going to be living in sewers soon, like Ninja Turtles, because that's the only.
It's going to be an underworld. Do you think society as we know it now, they're just going to build over the top of it, and we're going to be like mutants?
Ain't that a film like with Kate Beckinsale, Underworld?
So housing's an issue, man. So people are looking to solve this using technology. And in San Francisco, a startup called Apis Core have built a whole house from scratch using 3D printing in a Russian town. They've done this in 24 hours. So they use this massive mobile 3D printer to print concrete walls, partitions, and all the important things, while workers had to manually paint it and install the roofing material and things like that. So there's a little bit of handiwork going on, like, insulation and stuff like that. But that's kind of just stuffing walls full of stuff. And a bit of roofing work. 24 hours to build a house, which is a 400 square foot. It's a small house. It's around the size of a hotel room.
Okay.
But according to Apis Core, the whole house cost 10 grand. In dollars. And the largest cost came from the doors and the windows, but the price doesn't include the cost of the land.
That is very impressive. I have heard something recently even more amazing and more impressive, and that was something that IKEA have recently developed. Where
don't tell me it's a flat pack house.
Yeah, it is a flat. They've developed a flat pack house, and basically the designers won an award for it as well. Because basically the whole premise of it was to kind of provide housing for Syrian refugees, and these flat pack houses, they literally got no screws, no bolts. They literally just kind of assemble themselves. It's got electric ports and everything, windows, and I think they were something ridiculous, like ridiculously cheap, like something like, I don't know, £150
for a house.
Yeah.
Did it come with instructions? What about
IKEA instructions are very good, actually.
What about the bit that doesn't fit though?
Without a door.
What was the one bit? Yeah, what was the one bit that didn't fit? That they had to fucking jimmy in place. That one annoying piece.
The Allen key that they forgot to leave in.
Oh yeah. What if you get the wrong size Allen key? 150 quid. No, you're pulling my leg.
No,
fam.
seriously,
you're pulling my leg.
Seriously, I think you need to bring that up, Billy. But yeah, there was these IKEA flat pack properties, and they were obviously the price point was so low because obviously they had to shift so many of them to kind of pass the Syrian refugees, which are kind of like the camps were in really, really harsh climates. But I think they homed about 4 people. They had electrical points and all that kind of stuff. They were really, really snazzy.
So if we can build affordable housing, and I don't want to obviously get too political because, you know, this is a Tech and Gadget podcast. I'm not going to say why aren't they doing more of this, but would you be comfortable with buying a property for 150? No. All right, let's go with this price. For 10 grand?
For 10?
Yeah. Buy them all day.
Yeah, of course.
No, I'll be living in a mansion.
Of course.
Get me, especially while people are stunting and living on the moon like we spoke about in other episodes as well. But would you trust a house that was built that quickly and that cheaply though? Because I feel like people are a fan of having like bricks and mortar. You know, this is a proper house.
Yeah.
Made properly, like, you know, whereas a house that's printed quite literally.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
How long is it going to last?
A printed house really acquires its value on where the printer's house is situated.
Okay.
So that 10
I thought
grand
you were going to
house.
say the quality of the paper, but
So that 10 grand house, if it was situated in Chelsea, it's probably still going to cost $1 million.
okay.
So that's what it's down to. So if that 10 grand house is somewhere out in the middle of the woods, it might kind of retain its price of 10 grand.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah.
And I'm printing me a motherfucking mansion on that cost. I would print me a mansion.
I still can't get my head around things being printed. It sounds so weird. Like, I'm from an era where printed was from a photocopy machine.
Did you come from an era where printer paper had the little holes on the side?
Yeah.
To pull it through the machine.
Oh wow.
So you used to be holes on the side on the side of the paper.
The perforated edges.
Yeah. Perforated edges to pull the paper through.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn. And it was green.
Yep. And you couldn't really read them. It was a time when shit didn't work properly, man. Like, you know, it was you know, I feel sorry for people that actually thought that was cutting edge technology.
Yeah.
The same way I'm gonna laugh at myself in 20 years time looking back at those days, man.
Yeah.
Those days were hard.
Yeah.
People used to like have to fax each other things.
Yeah.
Fax.
So long-winded.
Dial up internet.
Pages.
Oh man, page me and I'll call you.
Yeah.
You needed 2 devices. Damn. Do you think this would work in the UK though, or do you think, like, you kind of touched on it? Do you think it will be something where it's not going to be so much building the house, but it's probably going to be like where the property is, and obviously, as far as I know, because I've not tried to build my own house, I can't just roll up to a field somewhere and go, "Is this your land? Yeah, cool. I'll give you some money and I'll build a house." I don't think the government lets you do that, because if they did, there'll be shanty towns everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a need for it, especially in the inner cities.
Yeah.
But unless they're printing council flats, whole flats, because there's the only room to kind of like develop in London at the moment is upwards. So yeah,
but they tried that, man, and those blocks are shitty, man. And talking to someone that lived in one of those, man.
Not
those blocks are fucked up.
Yeah, not on that level. Maybe kind of like 3-4 story at most, but not anything like we've had back in the day. Like
someone needs to do the maths.
15 floors.
At what point are there so many floors that people can't be bothered to hold their piss in?
Yeah,
because those lifts on anything that was like 6-story plus, there was a pissy lift, man.
Yeah.
Get me?
It's the equivalent of the projects in America.
Yeah, man, exactly. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on printing houses. And as usual, check them all out at howtokillanhour.com/blog.
Yes.
Facebook lovers, your prayers have been answered.
Okay.
With a dislike button.
Really?
Kinda.
Okay.
Available to a small number of people, Facebook have rolled out a dislike or a thumbs down option to individual messages sent via the Messenger app. Okay? Kind of like the ones, the emojis you see in iMessage and WhatsApp and whatever. You can do that. So Facebook have told TechCrunch that we're always testing ways to make Messenger more fun and engaging. This is a small test where we enable people to share the emoji that best represents their feelings on a message. They're allowing people to start doing thumbs down on Facebook.
Okay.
In messages, I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
What repercussions do you think this could have on Facebook Life?
Okay.
Is it like the dislike button on YouTube? I mean, no one cares.
And what are we talking here? Like an increase in suicide rate? I mean, yeah, we could go. Like, seriously, I've got a very, very, very deep view on the way social media has affected just the way we live in the 21st century, and the capacity for humans to kind of deal with any negative connotations or criticism has kind of like been blown out of proportion because of social media. So like Facebook was like the last bastion of social media where you couldn't kind of let your negative feelings be known, which is kind of why YouTube is like the kind of the playground for the trolls. They just they all linger there in the comment section and the thumbs down. That's where all the cruel, nasty people live. Soon it seems that could develop in Facebook if you give people the power to kind of be like, yeah, you know what, your kid is ugly, I hate your child. Thumbs down.
Maybe there'll be less shit posting. Maybe there'll be less posting like this. Maybe there'll be less posting of irrelevant stuff like, hey, my kid woke up today.
Yeah.
What, is there anything wrong with them? No.
Yeah.
Oh, they woke up.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Hey, politics. Thumbs down.
Yeah. But I guess this is the way that those who kind of perceive themselves as having haters can actually kind of measure it now. Hey, I just got a new job. Thumbs down. Oh, see, I told you I had haters. I told you they don't like me. Yeah. So I guess it can kind of like fuel that paranoia that already exists in people on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because Facebook is very personal. It's not like Twitter. Twitter, you live under a pseudonym. You call yourself Mr. 66 or Mr. 69 or Ladies Lover or Sexual Chocolate. You can be that person.
All of Billy's Twitters, all in a row. You just reeled them all off.
Yeah, all of them.
Wow.
Every single one of Billy's
Big
aliases.
hitter, no quitter 69. You know him. You know what though, Funk?
Yeah.
So we just don't sound like two moany old men. Tell you what though, I will give you the listener a solution. Here's how you can get over. I'm not saying in all cases, because yes, I know that this could be quoted as, oh, you've just generalized everyone, but I'm going for a kind of like most people that haven't got actual serious mental problems, like if you've got serious issues, whatever, you know, I'm not talking to you about this, but if social media is getting you down, people, they say, you need to get around your real friends so that your real friends can rib you up once a week. You need to meet up with your friends and curse each other out. You need to walk in a room with a fresh haircut and you walk in the room, everyone's talking and they're like, yeah, fun. What, have you and your barber had an argument, bruv? Bruv, you and I had an argument. In fact, furthermore, why are your trainers laced so tight? Are you hanging your feet? Have your feet? You need ribbing, man.
Yeah, you do.
Ribbing. I tell people.
I don't think people have the capacity to deal with that.
I've got lethal friends that people have left the house.
Yeah.
People have left the house because the ribbing is too much. Like they've had the WhatsApp group equivalent of leaving the group because they got so much of they got a roasting, a real life roasting. And you know what? You come out of it a stronger man. Yeah,
I think there was a generation of people that used to cry from getting cussed.
You need more.
Their mum jokes.
You need more.
In the 90s, and they're probably stronger today because of it.
Stronger today.
But I don't think that generation exists.
But you know,
that generation is crying over Facebook statuses now.
Get around your real friend. You need to get around your real friends, and your real friends are the ones that will tell you when you look fucking stupid.
Okay, so are you in favor of the dislike button?
I don't care. No. after all of that, I'm just giving it to you, the listener, because statistically you like Facebook.
I know that when it comes, I'm just going to abuse it. There's going to be things that I like. I might like you in, I might like your booty in that new dress. I might like your new kid, but I'm just going to click dislike. I just want to fuck up your day. I want to fuck up your ratio.
Yeah.
So I'm going to click dislike on your new job. I'm going to click dislike on your new car. I'm going to click dislike on your new weave. I'm going to click dislike, man. I'm just going to click. I'm just going to go for a whole day.
Imagine if someone could dislike your status before you finished it. So you're writing it and you're already getting dislikes. It's like, you see the 3 dots and someone's messaging you back. Funk is writing a status. Dislike. Crazy.
I dislike the fact that you're answering me back.
Exactly. Right, let's squeeze this one in before we get out of it, because I think you're going to care about this. Healthcare startup Sarah is teaming, or that's CERA, I'm trying to say it right, maybe it's Kara, is teaming up with Uber to deliver patient care on the NHS's behalf. Launched in November, this matchup will allow carers in the UK to get to the people who need them the most a lot easier. Kara, or Sarah, announced recently that a partnership with Barts Health NHS Trust. The company runs Mile End Hospital, Your Way, Funk, and Newham University, amongst others. They will not only help carers to make the usual home visits, but also patients to attend hospital appointments. By using this service, the theory is it will improve patient care and free up hospital beds.
So break it down to me. So in a nutshell, what are we really saying here?
All right, Funk, can I go first? Because you're politically correct.
Yeah.
As in you understand politics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a guess.
Yeah. Essentially, this is the privatization of...
I'm gonna make a guess.
Okay, cool.
The NHS, for one reason or another, is so shit that we pay for, is so shit at getting patients to doctors or nurses and nurses to patients that they've had to ask Uber to do it for them. So the NHS has gone, we need to sort out transport. And someone's gone, got an app for that, mate.
They're
Uber.
working with the NHS.
Who are they working with?
They're working with Sarah.
Oh, they're working with Sarah.
Who's Sarah who are working for NHS.
And Sarah working for the NHS. So they've done it so it's not direct.
But it is them, basically. Yeah, so that's what, I get it, Billy, but yeah.
I get what Billy's saying. Yeah. So like the Uber drivers don't work for Uber. Yeah. They're self-employed.
It's kind of like the way very rich people use offshore accounts to kind of hide the...
And Billy's got onto a very good point there, because technically that is the argument. The NHS isn't employing Uber, they're employing a company who are then doing the job for them. So, wow. So yeah, technically I know they are using their Uber, but Billy's actually made a very valid point. Yeah. Wow.
But whichever way you look at it, Billy is technically correct, but that is still the privatization of the healthcare, which taxpayers are paying for. Basically, when people having their tax deducted, they don't have their tax deducted so that a third party can pick them up when they're sick. Like, who are you? You don't have NHS uniform. You're like
crazy.
It's no different from the whole kind of kerfuffle going on with this the security company G4S, which is supposed to be looking after prisons, and people were just like, well, who are these guys? If something happens to the prisoners, these guys aren't liable because they're not paid by us. They're a private company. So again, if you're in that Uber and the Uber kind of like has an accident, or he goes McDonald's before he's taken you to the hospital, and then you in the drive-through you have your triple bypass kind of thing because you had a chicken burger kind of thing. Who do you sue? You technically the NHS have basically created a barrier. And the government as well, because they're the same kind of body. They've created a barrier between any sort of liability.
And this is just going to make it more expensive for the government to pay for the NHS, which is going to hit everyday people in the UK. Sorry if you're not in the UK and you're listening to this and you're thinking, why the fuck are you barking on? It's just very interesting to hear that the NHS is now using Uber because they couldn't find anyone else to get their patients around.
Yeah.
That's mad. Or is it that Uber is generally that cheap?
I have to take my hat off to
genuinely
Uber.
That cheap.
Uber's ability to kind of infiltrate different areas is just phenomenal. Like they're already around the world kind of thing. My dad just recently come back from Ghana and said Uber out there as well. So yeah, so they're actually in parts of the world where I wouldn't assume that the actual local demographic would even have the kind of, and that's no disrespect to the Ghanaians out there, but I wouldn't feel like there was actually a market there to sustain Uber in parts of Africa, but they seem to be doing well in Africa. And now they're kind of being like, okay, who else can we offer our services? There's the NHS. You're a bit stretched with your ambulances and all that kind of stuff, and your care. Like, we can do the job for you if you give us this kind of money.
Okay, before we wrap, who's next? Like, what's next for Uber? Because for me, I feel like Uber should be doing school runs now, school buses. Why not?
Wow.
Public transport.
Wow.
Uber trains.
Yeah.
Uber cabs.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. You know what Uber could do? Uber could be taking a contract for when there's the tube strikes and doing the rail replacements. Yeah.
Shit, son.
Yeah. That could be like an emergency contract where Uber drivers actually switch on. They get some sort of surcharge paid for them by TfL to deal with the fact that there's no tubes, and they kind of ferry passengers at a rate, and then the government reimburses the company.
Crazy. Well, we'll keep an eye on this.
Yep.
How to Kill an Hour. In the meantime, we're going to get out of here. We've actually got a guest. It's really bad for me to actually say that it's going to happen before they've come in through the door, but we've actually got a guest coming up. So we need to talk to them because they're really cool and important. So we're going to finish this normal episode and crack on with an exciting one,
yes,
which
sir.
you will hear very, very soon. He's been Funk Butcher.
He's been Marcus Bonzi.
And he's been drinking grape soda throughout this whole episode. Producer Billy got me a sugar-free Red Bull, which I have not drank yet, but I will after I press stop. There's plenty of ways to kill some time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us.
Peace.